call the meeting to order. Dr. Deegan, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Will everybody please join me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Oh, that sounded good.
Yeah, it's like we planned it.
Sounded like it.
With the board's permission, I would recommend we go to item 6, to the report of the superintendent first.
Oh, Chuck's roll call.
We need to. With the board's permission, let me let you do your business. And
Thank you all. Ms. Clodfelter? Here. Ms. Nyworth?
Here.
Dr. Bridges?
Here.
Mr. Jester? Colonel Curtis? Ms. Edwards?
Here. Now, Dr. Deegan.
Thank you for having patience with me. Now, with Mr. Edison's permission, of course, we'd like to, I'd recommend that the board, like to request that the board move to my report, item 6, report of the superintendent. You'll still be first, Mr. Edison.
What?
I guess my apology would be to the permission of the students that are supposed to read, so permission of the students. Okay, under item 6A, I have report of the superintendent. I have information, an action item, Mr. Rendell Edison with Douglas alumni and the Calvary for the proposed addition of a lion statue at Douglas Learning Center. Yes, sir.
You can't shut it off.
My cavalry behind me.
Exactly right.
Good evening. My name is two other people with me, Charles Owens and Wayne Shannon, who is also Melvin, who are graduates. The committee of Douglas Reunion is represented by graduates, attendees, faculty, staff, and many friends. I would like to thank Dr. Deegan and the Board of Education for allowing us to be here to share our plans about a permanent statue of the mighty, majestic lion to be placed on the grounds of Douglas School. Its entire project will be funded through the association, not on LPS. It is our desire to have this project completed by our next reunion, which will be in August of this year. If you have any questions or have plans, we would be happy to answer those plans for you. Thank you again for your attention to this matter.
I'd like to make a motion that this go forward.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second. Can we
Say call the roll.
call the roll? Here.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Here. Yes.
Dr.
Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Okay, next.
Next item?
Thank you, Mr. Edison.
Thank you.
I wanted to hear the board to hear it. It's going to be a beautiful sculpture.
Look forward to it.
Under item 6B, this is a very quick, and the board has in your agenda a draft copy of the student investment program was stretched over 11 years, what the community voted for. And what the board has in their packet is a schedule that outlines exactly what will be available every single year through the life of the bond for the entire 11 years. And we're waiting for another few things that have to happen. We have to have Eisenhower Middle School bid and the safe rooms bid before we will know exactly what that amount is. That's why it says draft at the moment. But it's an opportunity for the board to review before, and if you have any questions, of course, before we have our next Bond Oversight Committee meeting for the community, which will be April 3rd here in this room at 3 o'clock, when that will also be presented to them. I think it's important because this is, I've been told that one of the things that people want to know is how much money is available in every single category every single year. That was it was important for our SIP committees to know, for our principals to know, Now we'll have that information available for everybody, a draft copy available, but again, it cannot be complete, it cannot be certain until we know what the bids are in Eisenhower Middle School and the safe rooms. So does the board have any questions over that item? Okay.
No, I'm very proud of it.
And again, I want to thank us, I think Diane Brandstetter and all of our SIP people who have been working on that. That is very helpful. Gives us some clarity. I think the crowd won't mind if I skip over item 6C and go to item D. I want to thank everybody for coming today. I think you're coming to, I'd like to do item 6C next, action item. This is a statement from the Board of Education concerning the teacher crisis.
And we want to say as a board that we have approved this statement and would like for you to read it.
Okay. Now, there is an action item, if you would like to take action to approve it after I read it.
Okay.
Okay. The Lawton Public Schools Board of Education and Administration hereby call upon the Oklahoma State Legislature to swiftly and decisively pass legislation to restore funding to schools and to increase educators' pay. We acknowledge that a majority of Oklahoma legislators have shown a willingness to cross party lines as they seek real solutions to the current crisis in education due to teacher shortages, unfunded mandates, and continuous budget cuts in recent years. We acknowledge and appreciate your hard work to serve the children of the state. Nevertheless, a small number of Oklahoma legislators have chosen to play politics at the expense of our children. We demand that you work with your colleagues to find a solution for the crisis facing our public schools. You must act swiftly and decisively. If you fail to act, teachers across the state will feel compelled to take drastic actions, and you will bear that responsibility. As the Lawton Public Schools Board of Education and Administration, we support our teachers and will respect educators' decisions as they take a stand for our children. We will do everything legally and ethically possible to support you, for your cause is our cause. We will also work tirelessly with our parents and community to intervene on your behalf, to speak on your behalf, and to fight for public education. Whatever may come, we will walk through this storm together.
Would anybody on the board like to
Thank you, Nan. I'd like to make a motion that we adopt that resolution.
second? Take roll?
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Now, please don't leave it. I want you to hear a couple of announcements. It's important. I have a couple of announcements for the board and the superintendent's announcements. One of the first things is I want to announce that Lawton Public Schools, the number of students enrolled in Great Plains increased by 19%, and drops from the program decreased by 24%. It means we have more students in, we have fewer students dropping out, and I think that is a big thing for the district. Lawton High showed the biggest improvement with enrollment up by 50%. Go Lawton High, and drops by 57%.
Awesome.
And so, but I want to thank Great Plains. I want to thank our high schools. They've been working on college and career readiness, and that is the evidence of that. That is a big deal for our district.
Yes, it is.
I want to make a quick shout out. Mr. Hornbeck, are you in the room?
Yes.
Mr. Hornbeck, come out where people can see you.
Come here.
There was an article in the paper. I want you all to know that there was an article in the paper about a man in our community who was arrested and charged with making threats toward the school. I want you all to know that that was a direct result of Mr. Hornbeck's vigilance in working with our community and another community in making that happen. And I want to say that Mr. Hornbeck has just would not let that go, and he has made our schools safer as a result.
Hear from you.
Yep.
And Mr. Plume had been on our radar for quite some time, dating back to 2014. We have continually monitored him in his social media accounts, and we have joint efforts with the FBI, the Lawton Police Department, and Lawton Public School Police Department. We got some information here recently that led to his treatment in a facility in Midwest City, and some statements he had made up there while he was in Midwest City led to his arrest recently, and he's incarcerated at this time. I'd like the school district and everybody in the Lawton community to know that the Lawton Public School Police Department takes serious any threat that is made against any staff member, any student, or any facility owned, operated, or leased by the Lawton Public Schools. And as long as I'm chief of police, I will be diligent in seeking prosecution of anybody who makes threats toward our school community. And I appreciate the support of the community, the school board, and the school district.
And as a school board, I would like to say thank you.
Mr. Hornbeck and Ms. Lynn Cordes have released a statement to the press. It's important for the community to understand that sometimes we cannot share what we're investigating publicly. But at no time was any district, official, school, facility, student, staff member in any danger. This was based on the assessment of the Lawton Public Schools Police Department in addition to Lawton Police Department. This was a cooperative effort. I just want to let you know that we're never going to take a chance with that, but in this case, no danger was posed because they acted so swiftly. But thank you, Chief Hornbeck.
Thank you, Chief Hornbeck.
The last one, this is a very quick announcement, and I want to share, and I'm just glad you all are here to hear this.
Captive audience.
At this point, I can commit the district that we're going to adopt 2 subject areas in textbooks this year. We're going to explore more, but we can definitely commit to 2 subject areas in textbooks at a minimum. Which ones will be the recommendation of the curriculum department in cooperation with principals and teachers. That's up to them. But that's, unless the board has any questions, that's all I have in my announcements.
Okay. So we'll move on to
And we can just
The boring business.
start back at number 4.
We know y'all want to leave, it's okay.
If you want to leave, you may. Make room for our students. We still have the students' presentations, so thank you all for coming.
so now we go to color.
Yep, I give them a second. It's hot in here quick, isn't it?
Isn't it? Is it just me? I thought maybe it was.
No, it's the 150 people in the room.
Yeah. Warms it up a little bit, doesn't it? It'll get cool.
Boy, it was hot with all these lights on. What?
Did you get my email I sent to Robin? Okay. I'll make sure it's forwarded to you. I'll forward it to you.
See, my cousin was sitting right over here.
Oh, yeah.
That's as close as you can get to having a family member on the, works for the school, a cousin. She's married by marriage. Oh, really?
Now the staff can come in.
Ms. Cordes, will you make sure our student presenters come in? And okay, thank you.
There they go.
Sorry you had to wait in the hallway. I apologize. Thank you for coming.
I know, I was like,
Like, I really wouldn't go check. I'm just sort of pulled up.
and what kind of car does she have?
Yeah.
Chief, you need to, would you give this lady a citation? He parked in front of the dumpster, which is marked off.
I was careful not to block a fire hydrant. Or anybody else.
We'll go out there and our cars will look really stupid sitting there all by themselves. Illegal parking.
Okay, tell me when.
I think we're probably good for item 4.
All right, if we can come back to order. Item number 4, we have any special guests?
Yes, today we have some very special guests. Do you mind closing that door and leaving that one open? That way it's still open meeting. They're excited out there.
Yeah, they are excited. It's all right.
You can leave that one open, Mr. Mattingly. I kind of feel like the door has to be open for an open meeting. We'll leave it there. So, okay, now item 4, we do have some very special guests today, and last month was Black History Month, and if we noticed, we had several art out in the foyer there. But today we're going to, we had our Martin Luther King celebration, and we have some Living the Dream essay and art winners. And if you wrote an essay, your essay is on the podium. But I would like to invite you up to share a bit of your essay, and when we get to the art, I will make sure I pass it to the board and make sure the board gets to see it. But we want to honor these very special students for all their work and their creativity. And so first, I'm going to see if J. Sean Lewis Carter from Ridgecrest Elementary is here.
And you can feel free to move the microphone if you need to.
Speak loud and proud. And if you would like to read your essay, we would love to hear it, sir.
There we go. Is it on?
Yeah.
No, it's not on.
I'm not sure it's on.
It's not on.
I didn't think it was on when she formed by the speaker.
No.
There we go.
There we go. No?
So you just have to project.
Living My Dream by
See this?
Let's see if we can get it.
This one works. We're going to invite you to come take this spot. And lean into that. Will that work? Thanks, sir.
Living My Dream by J. Sean Lewis Carter. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
There you go, bud. Thanks, Mom.
He said, quote, "Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. I can be great in living first I can serve the others by giving them cause. The way I can do that is by buying clothes, giving them things, and having clothing choice. Second, I can adopt the King's dream and serve the others by helping them provide shelter. What I can do that is by taking them to the shelter, being a shelter by helping them time. The last one I can help is being my job. Ways I can do that is take food from the internet, get them cleaned up, and get them on others. In conclusion, helping others is how I can Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. Helping another job, buying clothes, and buying a shelter. He said, quote, "Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. I can be great by serving others."
Wow.
Now, Mom, would you like to get a picture of it at the podium?
Sure. Wait, is this gonna be in the paper or anything? Like, I'm not photogenic, but I'm just from
No, but you can stand in front, and would you stand at the podium so Mom can get a picture of you at the podium?
Yes.
Just because
I have to take my picture.
No, take a picture. Oh, just stand at the podium behind the microphone so she can get a picture of you reading.
And tell me what your name was again?
J. Sean.
J. Sean. Oh, that was awesome.
Great job, J. Sean.
Perfect. Thank you. And next, I would like to invite Ijeoma Okiri. How'd I do?
Close.
Oh, good. From Lawton High, and she can share her essay with us.
And say your name.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Ijoma Okere. Yeah. I'm from Nigeria. I was born there, and I was born there for almost all my life. I lived in Nigeria. We just came over here like 4 years ago, or 3. It's 3. Okay, so this is my speech. 3 years ago, my dad brought my mom, my 2 sisters, and me to the United States. His optimism drove him to make that decision because he hoped that bringing us to the United States would give us a better life. Not a day goes by that I don't thank my father for what he did for us. In Nigeria, life was hard. Our roads were bad. We had poor electricity supply, and we always drew our drinking water from wells, which were often polluted and made people sick. Our economy was poor because our government constantly robbed the people. We didn't have adequate jobs that could sustain an individual and a family. And worst of all, our education system had gone down the drain and giving children like me no chance of having a better future. I believe my dad foresaw that the outcome of letting his intelligent children waste their entire life in an inadequate environment. Whatever his reason was, I am grateful because now I know for a fact that my dreams aren't shattered. Getting that phone call from the American Embassy was the best thing that happened to my mom, my 2 sisters, and me. After years of dreaming and longing, I could finally contemplate living a dream. After enrolling in school in the United States on my first day, I wanted to belong. But as a Nigerian girl, I thought my name was too strange. So I decided that I was going to live my dream with an English name. Deborah. Soon, however, I came to realize that I could actually retain my Nigerian name and still live the American dream. My dream is to live in a nation where everyone is treated equally, in a nation where everyone's differences are viewed as strength instead of a weakness, in a nation where there's a blend of different values, beliefs, morals, cultures, and where everyone views each other as brothers and sisters. In a nation where everyone loves and respects each other. This connects to Dr. King's dream because he pushed for justice, freedom, and love. He also pushed for the spread and toleration of cultural diversity, respect for people of color, for women, for the LGBTQ community, for the poor, for the disabled, and for immigrants. He didn't criticize other people for their beliefs, but rather he saw the diversity as a two-way street where we can teach and learn from each other. That is how we come to love and respect each other. When I consider that specifically, the American dream means, I think about Martin Luther King Jr. and what he described on August 28, 1963. Dr. King delivered his most powerful speech, "I Have a Dream," which influenced and is still influencing a great number of people today. He spoke of a future he envisioned for the oppressed minorities, drawing inspiration from both his Christian faith and the peaceful teachings of Mahatma Gandhi. Dr. King's nonviolent movement sought to achieve legal equality for African Americans, women, and others, while others were advocating for freedom by any means necessary, including violence. Martin Luther King Jr. used the power of words and act of nonviolent resistance, such as protests, grassroots organizing, and civil disobedience to achieve seemingly impossible goals. He went on to lead similar campaigns against poverty and international conflict, always maintaining fidelity to his beliefs.
not principles, that men and women everywhere, regardless of color or creed, are equal members of the human family. In conclusion, Martin Luther King Jr.'s speeches is about justice, love, and freedom. And it has influenced me to continue to live this dream today. I aspire to follow in MLK's footsteps because I believe in his dream and hope to make a difference in my lifetime like he did. Today, I live his dream by treating everyone equally, regardless of his or her skin color, beliefs, or morals, and helping my community out through community service.
Now, Dad, would you like to stand with her?
Would you like to do this? Yes, please. Yes, she's gorgeous.
Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, and our next two categories are both art, and do I have Lania Arguello here today? No, we don't? Okay. Well, next we're going to have Leanne Mayhill from Eisenhower Middle School. I'm going to hold this up for everybody to see, and then I'm going to pass it along to the board while you share a little bit, or do you need to see it to share a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody can see. I'll show you all in a minute. Would you like to share with the board your inspiration and your thoughts?
Well, at first, I was assigned to enter for an art piece, and at first I thought, well, I have to get this done. I was going to get a grade for it, but then I saw a different light to it, and it kind of inspired me because of Martin Luther King's speech, that the most common speech, I'd say, that despite how his life ended, he still made an impact to what people thought regarding to equality and people coming together, looking past religion and their color. And the quote that I put on this art piece, I wrote on here, it says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. And this quote is not from his I Have a Dream speech, but I still thought it represented, and it tied in with what he was saying and sharing whenever he did share it. I don't know, I'm kind of getting nervous. And what I drew a small portrait. I mean, it may not be the shiniest diamond in the world, but I still tried my best, and I drew a heart with, it's a human heart. I didn't want to draw the outline that people tend to see. I try to make it realistic because his love wasn't just a love that anybody could just make up, and it was real. It was like he cared for everybody truthfully. So I just try to express that without necessarily writing down that.
All right. This will be at the easel up here. If anybody wants to see it, we'll move it out in the hallway. Thank you, Leanne. Would you like, did you get a picture? No. Okay, come up here. To all of our students and parents, thank you for coming, and of course, you are welcome to stay, but you're also, I understand if you need to go, and so please, thank you for coming, and incredible, incredible job. Okay, now we went out of order a little bit.
Okay. So that was,
Now we're on item 5, departmental reports.
okay, give me just a second.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item number 5, the departmental reports. 5A, informational items update, business services.
Up under item 5A, I have the written portion that's in the, if the board doesn't have any questions over that, I will move on to item 5B. Okay. For item 5B, I have for review Ms. Ellis, if you have any questions, but she's going to, in the board packet, you don't necessarily have any questions. We thought this year we would give everybody a chance to review the calendar for a month prior to, so we're going to send that out again to principal. It doesn't matter how hard we work on the calendar, it seems like we miss one detail somewhere.
And Patty always finds it.
Yes, so we figure.
You looked at our AP exams, I'm sure.
So I just wanted the board to have a chance to review it. We will act upon it at the next board meeting.
It looks very similar to this year.
It's very similar.
Yeah, it's very.
And any comments you have, Ms. Ellis, or questions the board might have?
We are trying to mirror what we found successful, so that's why it will appear that way. I do think that there are a few small places where we'll have to make some adjustments because of the AP exams, for example. But at least we have the opportunity to do that and plan for it in plenty of time, because this is 1920's calendar. Right. 1819 is already ready. Right. So.
And again, can we ask the question, because it's already been asked to me 3 times today?
Yes.
Why did we start on Friday?
We start on Friday because it gives everyone the opportunity to get their supplies, equipment, classrooms ready, classes balanced, and we begin that process better on Friday so that we'll be prepared for learning on Monday.
Thank you.
May I ask a question as well, because I've already been asked something. I thought you were going to ask mine. Why do we have so many Fridays off at the end of school?
No, I know that one.
I was going to add that if you didn't ask.
That one takes a little longer explanation.
Good question. I appreciate it.
One of the things that we have learned with working with the calendar is that if we plan the semesters so that we have first semester before winter break and second semester after winter break, we have times that we need to spend some time out of school because graduation always has to be on the days, because that's when we have the Coliseum reserved, and that's the dates that we work on for those graduations. I, at one point, usurped all of those rules and got more phone calls than you can imagine, because other school districts have graduations at the Coliseum. We don't have any other facility to use for that, and then it gets in the way of the end of the year athletic competitions. There's lots of little items that go on with that, but the main reason is our graduation dates and our arrangements with the Coliseum.
So you start there and go backwards.
I think, was there a question about the days that were off other than that?
No, just specifically, I had somebody ask me, why does it feel like towards the end of the school year, it fees like every Friday we're out, basically. Okay. So just there's an abundance of Fridays that we're off.
I might be able to help with that one. Or do you want to jump in?
Please do. Go ahead.
About 3 years ago, we used to keep, when I first got, we used to put all the minutes in. We have a certain number of minutes that will afford us anywhere from 7 to 8 days for snow days. Mm-hmm. We had a couple years in a row we didn't use any of the snow days. And so at the end of the year, teachers started requesting, well, other districts have Fridays off in this time of the year, and since if we don't use those snow days, we don't actually get to use them. So we divided the snow days that are built into our calendar into built-in time. Like this year, we had 4 built in, which we've used, and we're okay at this point. but we put the other ones in as Fridays in the spring, which we may use if we had further snow days. Does that make sense?
It
We
does.
kind of divided the minutes into two different options.
And by doing this far ahead of time, parents knew, so they can make that adjustment rather than surprising that on them at the last minute when they
Okay.
couldn't get taken care of.
So they're built-in possible snow days that we could use if we needed to, and the reason that they're Fridays and towards the end of the year is because that's something that teachers have specifically requested as a perk, if you will, for them, correct?
Parents as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So,
great, thank you.
And we have thrown around Mondays or other days of the week in lieu of Fridays. This was the consensus.
I remember the year that we did half-day Wednesdays, so I appreciate Fridays off personally.
It's been a while.
yeah, we don't do that anymore.
That was my first year in Lawton.
I never even heard of that.
Yes.
So if you would, carefully bring other questions forward. We'll try to get them answered before we adopt version 1 this year.
Which is next board meeting?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ellis.
All right, 5C.
5C, and for this, the board has copies before you of all of the proposed 2018 summer programs, and it's just as a quick kind of an update. When we have summer programs, we have to set special budgets for those programs. Each year they change a little bit here and there, but we get those in place now because they have to be in place because we have to advertise for those positions. People are not contracted normally for those positions. We have to have a lot of people that apply for those positions just to work in the summer, in addition to their regular contract. And so at this point, the board has before you budgets for the Summer Academy, Special Education Extended School Year, Summer Maintenance for the Weed Crew, Reading Sufficiency Summer Academy, Summer Meal Program, Title I Extended Year Instructional Program, and Title III Limited English Efficiency Program. And if you have any specific questions, we have Ms. Branstetter here to help, but we have to approve those in order to move forward in the summer. They're very critical programs that our students need, and our weeds need.
Do we have any questions?
Was there much difference from last year's to this?
Ms. Branstetter, were there any significant differences between this year and last year?
Well, I would say that the only major difference was the one for the actual Summer Academy.
Okay.
It was slightly different. They modified it a little bit.
They've streamlined it a little bit, so it was going to be a slight fee to this district. If you pull that one up, it just indicated.
Regular Summer Academy?
Yes, the very first one. What they were going to also do was try to have it at all 3 locations instead of at 1 location. We're going to try something a little differently to still accommodate the children that still needed it, but still looking toward the future as to they have very numerous programs during the school year to where it's not serving as many students, but they still wanted to give the option for those students that were still going to need it, but not having it at 1 location, having it at all 3, that it was actually going to, you can see where we put that on there, that the district's investment into summer school is approximately $4,800, which is a far cry from what it used to be when it was nearly $25,000 that the district was putting in. That was the only major difference to the group of them.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Branstetter.
Move for approval. Second.
Call roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Okay. Now we
Okay, now
back on
we're,
order to item 7.
okay, item 7, approval of the consent agenda. Does anybody need anything removed from the consent agenda?
I need to remove 7F1.
Anybody else? Okay, I make a motion, well, I can't make a motion.
You can
Well,
make
can we
a
make a motion?
Consent agenda minus 7F1.
I'll second.
Ms.
Call roll,
Clodfelter?
please. Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
And now, I'm sorry? Yeah, go ahead and do 7F1. I just can't vote on it. Move for approval of 7F1.
I'll second.
Call roll.
Where am I? I went too far, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I went too far. I'm sorry, who made the motion?
I did.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Abstain?
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Okay. that moves us down to item 8. Do we have, need to go into executive session?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Move for executive session. Second.
Call roll.
What is this? Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nyworth?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Food, take it with you, you're gonna need it.
Statement of executive session in minutes.
We have to vote to call the meeting.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
I make a motion that we re-adjourn. Second.
Call roll.
Who was the second?
Call roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nywer?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes?
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
The Board of Education went into executive session at 5:40. Members present were Carla Clodfelter, Vice President, Patty Nyworth, Kelly Edwards, and Dr. Lori Bridges. Others present were Tom Deegan, Superintendent, and Chuck Wade, LPS School Attorney. Items discussed include the employing, promoting, or receiving resignations of individuals certified and support salary personnel so the board can return to open session and vote to take action on personnel transactions as listed on the certified support personnel reports. The selection of Director of Assessment and Accountability, the employment or resignation of individual salaried public officer or employee. The board will discuss the resignation and proposed agreement of Lisa Bell. During the executive session, the board discussed these items and no other items, and no action was taken. The board returned to open session at 6:01 p.m. This constitutes the minutes of the executive session.
Yeah. Under item 12, the Superintendent's Personnel Report, I have item 12A, which is the approval of certified and support personnel reports.
Move for approval. Second.
Roll, please.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nywer?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Under item 12B, I have vote to approve the selection of Director of Assessment and Accountability, and I recommend no action at this time. And under item 12C, we have vote to approve the resignation and resignation agreement with Lisa Bell.
Move for approval.
Second. Roll call.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nywer?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Do we have any new business?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay. I believe we have a recess.
Nope, item 14.
Next regular board meeting is Tuesday, April 3rd, 2018 at 5 p.m. Do we have any needs for any other board meetings before then?
Not that I anticipate.
Okay. Board announcements? Okay.
Going to recess.
Now we have recess.
Do we do a motion to recess?
We need a motion to recess?
Move to recess. Second.
Call roll.
Ms. Clodfelter?
Yes.
Ms. Nywer?
Yes.
Dr. Bridges?
Yes.
Ms. Edwards?
Yes.
Recess.